Excessive touchiness, impulsiveness, black and white thinking, and emotional manipulation can clearly indicate emotional immaturity. Such a person sometimes lacks emotions, the ability to express them, or particular social abilities. Emotional immaturity can negatively affect not only relationships, but also a person's professional development and ability to learn new skills. Hey, you're watching Wisey, a channel about anything and everything. Today, we'll reveal 9 signs of emotional immaturity and how they can manifest in everyday life. Watch till the end to find out if you or your loved ones show signs of this type of immaturity. Subscribe not to miss even more helpful information. Sign number 1. Commitment phobia. Emotional immaturity often manifests itself in difficulties with the adoption of various obligations. You can observe the inability to take responsibility, including responsibility for your life, in your lack of decision-making in relationships and career. For example, it's worth considering if, in a conflict, you're always trying to find the guilty party or do not admit guilt if you screwed up. It not only jeopardizes your job and relationships, but also destroys your future. Sign number 2. Emotional manipulation. Do you say something and then deny it? Do you use guilt to control other people? Are you looking for other people's weak spots to hedge? Or perhaps you force them to sacrifice something for your benefit? These cases are clear examples of emotional manipulation. Imagine a situation where you absolutely do not want to do something and ask a partner, but they do not have time now. Then you turn on the manipulation, saying, "Please do it for me," or, "If you love me, you will not refuse." From the outside, it looks like childish manipulation of the feelings of others, but emotionally immature people see this behavior as usual. If it's about you, time to nurture yourself emotionally. Sign number 3. Non-expression of emotions. One of the most obvious, but also significant signs is the inability to express and share emotions. When it comes time to talk about feelings, all you have is discomfort, and then you try to hide from them. But not saying it does not mean not feeling and closing in on yourself. Emotional immaturity only makes you feel worse. You can joke that you don't feel anything or that you are not affected by negative situations, while you just do not understand what is happening inside you. Dealing with emotions can be extremely difficult for every person, but this is a necessary part of growing up. Let's puzzle out our quiz. How many basic emotions do you think there are? A. 3. B. 8. C. 12. D. 22. The right one is B. There are only 8 basic emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, trust, and surprise. All other emotions are their combinations or variations. Tell us, what emotion do you feel most often? Write in the comments section. Sign number 4. Role of the victim. Emotionally immature people not only cannot be responsible, but also like to be in the role of a victim. This position allows them not to admit their mistakes, to blame others, but also to defend themselves. Even if no one attacks them, such individuals will flare up over small things and feel the need to hit back. An emotionally immature person becomes as defensive as possible, thinks through additional arguments for their actions, and sometimes accuses the other person, seeing them as an attacker. However, it's the role of the victim that spoils relationships with other people and increases the level of anxiety. Sign number 5. Rejection of compromises. Either it will be my way or it won't. In this case, the selfishness and narcissism of emotionally immature people are pretty clearly manifested. They always put their interests above the interests of others. In controversial issues, such as individuals that are not ready to give up even a tenth of their demands, believing that the opponent should give in. Don't confuse this with stubbornness. Not accepting compromises is more a disregard for the interests of others than the ability to defend one's position. Sign number 6. Distance. Have you noticed that it's difficult to establish a deep connection with people? Of course, each of us needs time before opening up to someone, but if you've known each other for years or have been in a relationship for a long time and are holding back or deliberately building barriers to stay in your closed bubble, then it's worth considering. Emotionally immature people fear emotional intimacy, which involves exchanging emotions, displaying feelings, and empathy. The same difficulty is to have emotional support from others, or give it to them, so distance seems the correct option. It's time for Wisey Fact of the Day. Since we talk a lot about emotions today, the fact will also be about them. Did you know that our body absorbs emotions in about 6 seconds? Each surge of emotional chemicals, from the moment they are formed to the moment they are dissected and absorbed, occurs in just 6 seconds. Moreover, what you feel longer than this time, it's because you focused and began to recreate and feed this feeling artificially. Seems unreal, right? Let's go back to our list. Sign number 7. Impulsiveness. Yeah, everyone knows about the existence of choleric people, but it's different. Emotionally immature people are more likely to act before they think. They manifest themselves in outbursts of anger, abrupt withdrawal, and verbal abuse when the situation becomes uncomfortable. These people are used to running away from problems or ignoring their presence. Impulsivity under challenging conditions is impatience, lack of control, and logical evaluation. Sign number 8. Black and white mentality. The world cannot be strictly divided into black and white. This type of mentality can become a signal of emotional immaturity when, in a person's mind, any action and event must necessarily fall under the category of good or bad. Just a sign of maturity is a deeper understanding of things and the ability to analyze, consider many factors, and avoid superficial judgments. People with this type of thinking are pretty categorical and rush to extremes. For example, either I will become the most successful businessman, or I'm a complete loser. It prevents you from seeing life as voluminous, complex, and ever-changing. Sign number 9. Hiding insecurities behind sarcasm and humor. Do you laugh when telling unpleasant events from your life or laugh it off when answering serious questions? How typical is this behavior for you? It's an interesting defense mechanism of the human psyche. A true sense of humor implies intelligence, wisdom, and the ability to empathize. But for an emotionally immature person, sarcasm becomes their shield from the outside world. Smiling instead of showing unpleasant emotions is just a disguise. So, responsibility phobia, emotional manipulation, non-expression of emotions, victimization, and rejection of compromise can be signs of emotional immaturity. Moreover, think about change if you like distance from others, act impulsively, are categorical in your judgments, or hide your insecurities behind sarcasm. Understanding your weaknesses is the first step to solving a problem. After this video, you can reconsider your behavior and try to act differently. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned and find out more about anything and everything. Thanks for watching. See you next time.